I intend to call a special session of the Minnesota Legislature with an end date of November 23rd, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, with the initial intention of convening it on Monday, November 21st, conditional upon the prior agreement by the four legislative leaders that the discussion and debate and votes would be limited to People's Stadium for the Vikings and other activities, and the issues directly related to the financing and the operations of that stadium. Consistently, I am site neutral. I want the site to be in Minnesota. I want it to be a People's Stadium that's owned and operated for the benefit of the people of our state. I want it to be one where the financing of the public portions are guaranteed and sufficient to accomplish that. And first and foremost, I need to, and we'll talk this week on Wednesday, in fact, with the owners of the Vikings to assess their view of the Metropolitan Council's report, and in particular, their willingness to pay for the additional costs that may be associated with a further delay in the timetable, which no one can foresee with any certainty, but which, if it were to occur, would result almost certainly in additional costs. And if they're willing to endure both the additional time if that develops and the additional costs if they develop, and then to reach an agreement with them about the operations of the stadium at whichever site were to be selected.
I'm here for the discussion. I think the Vikings are an asset to the state, and so that's what I'm here for. I mean, that's our job as legislators, is to have those discussions and see what those proposals look like. Pat.
Do you want the stadium?
Well, I would like the Vikings to have a stadium. I think a great devil is in the details of who's paying for it, and I haven't come to an agreement on that.
We're in tough economic times. The state of Minnesota writing out a check for $300 million, I don't think you've heard anybody say it's a good idea. I think Amy and I have been very consistent all along saying if there's a creative solution that's tied to the game, now what that is and what that may be, all we have to go on so far is what's been given to all of you and given to us as legislators. So that's all we have to look at. If there is something else out there that's a creative solution that has not been, we've not been made aware of yet, we're willing to consider it. We've always said that we'd be willing to consider something, but it can't just be a tax on a certain group of people or a certain activity or a certain product to pay for a stadium.